What is going on, guys? It's the Moose, and today I'm bringing you a special new mini-series that I'm going to start up. Obviously, this is Call of Duty 4 gameplay on Showdown with the P90, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. We are going to be talking about Call of Duty 4, but not the gameplay in specific. We are going to be talking about what we can learn from Call of Duty in general. That's the mini-series I'm going to be starting off. I'm going to be doing every Thursday. Obviously, the first episode being Call of Duty 4. Next will be World at War, and so on after that. We're going to go all the way through every Call of Duty up to Black Ops 2, so it's going to be a 6-part series, what we can learn from Call of Duty. But the first thing I want to say that we could learn from Call of Duty 4 is that campaign is not everything. Obviously, I'm sure many of you don't even bother playing the campaign, or if you do, you kind of just do it to get the achievements or whatever. That's kind of how I do it. I basically play multiplayer for the first month of the game, and then maybe if I get bored one day or nobody's online, I'll just play the campaign real quick. But Call of Duty 4 really told us that campaign isn't everything, and honestly isn't even a big portion of the game at all. So I'm really hoping that Call of Duty Ghosts and the development at Infinity Ward really look at multiplayer as the main component of Call of Duty Ghosts, not the campaign, even though that's always what they like to talk about when they first announced the game. Now moving on to the second point I have, weapon balance is key. I'm sure many of you might have a little hesitation with weapon balance from Call of Duty 4. Obviously the P90 was a great gun, and so was the M16, but overall this game had an incredible gun balance, probably some of the best gun balance in the Call of Duty series, maybe besides, I don't know, Modern Warfare 2. Obviously the Modern Warfare 2 had noob tubes and danger close, but that's not what I'm really talking about. Overall, the weapon balance in COD 4 is very, very good, and I would like that to continue on to Call of Duty Ghosts. Also, I think we learned that no perk should dominate them all. This is also a point that I'll probably make in my World at War video that'll go up next week. But stopping power is an insanely good perk. It was in Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, and if you didn't have it on your class, you were pretty much handicapped. It was almost a necessary perk unless you were going to run Juggernaut in World at War or Call of Duty 4. And honestly, it was too good of a perk, and you needed to have it on your class if you really wanted to be successful. That's my main problem with one perk dominating them all, as I say. So I think we learned that from Call of Duty 4 that strategy isn't very good. We should not have one perk that dominates them all. Moving on, the more the better. So what I mean by this is more guns, more perks. Everything is way better than not having enough. Obviously, Call of Duty 4 was the first Call of Duty game that really had a dedicated multiplayer experience that had prestige system, all this other stuff, create a class. Really innovated on the game, but I think we learned that only having 5 SMGs or only having I think it was 7 assault rifles really does not cut it. You need almost 8 in every class. Obviously snipers, there was only 4 in this game, and it seems to be the trend in games, but honestly I would like to see more and more of everything. That goes also for the perks. There was only maybe 5 or 6 in each slot. I would like to see at least 7 to 8 in Call of Duty Ghosts. I think that would be fantastic. Now moving on to the last point I have, snipers can be good without being overpowered. So I'm sure many of you don't really like the DSR-50, especially from Black Ops 2. I personally like it, but I know a lot of people that try and pub stomp or try and do well in Black Ops 2 really don't like the snipers, especially in ground war. And I can surely understand where you're coming from. And honestly, the snipers are a little bit unbalanced in Black Ops 2, despite the recent patch that they just had. But in Call of Duty 4, the snipers really weren't amazing. They were very good, don't get me wrong. The M40A3 is one of the most popular sniper rifles in the Call of Duty franchise. But also, I don't think anyone would say it's overpowered. There was no perk that made you zoom in faster. Obviously, stopping power is basically a must on these guns, or you really wouldn't get a one-shot kill. But overall, I think snipers can be good without being overpowered, and I think Infinity Ward and the Call of Duty Ghosts development team should take notice of that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like on it. World at War will be up next week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.